Rob, you were very animated towards the start of the second half, just after the break.
Listen, you've always got to be careful when you lose. I mean, then you over focus on individual decisions by the officials, and it becomes the be all and end all. The reality is, we've come up a little bit short in a very tough game. Am I happy with some of the individual decisions that led to 3 points against us on more than one occasion? No, I'm not. But that's obviously to deal with in the roundup of everything we do post game. For me, I'm massively pleased with the kind of physical endeavour, but disappointed that we probably didn't wrap the game up when we probably had the defining moment in the game by scoring the try. You know, we created a little bit of daylight, and we let Gloucester peg us back too easily. And I think when we review the game, that'll be the moment we're probably most disappointed with.
I think there's about 9 penalties, kickable penalties they had, or penalties. So really, it's mistakes as well.
Yeah, well, obviously, we made errors that allowed them to get into those positions to start with, which obviously frustrated. But let's remember, we're away at Kingsholm against an informed Gloucester side. They put pressure on us, and some of the pressure they put on us created penalties. As I say, other ones were self-inflicted, and other ones I'm not quite sure where they came from, because I thought they were penalties to us. So there's a full bag there, and they probably get divided up into thirds pretty closely. So that's the reality. As I said to the guys, one fixture never defines a season, and to come here against an uninformed Gloucester side and go away with a losing bonus point is still a very positive thing for us. We've got a home fixture, our next 2 fixtures, and we've got to make sure we perform well in those, and getting points in those games and collecting points in those games will probably define where we roll through this set of fixtures. I'm disappointed because we're within 2 points of a victory here, and as I say, we had a control of the game for a little while, and we didn't seem to get the rub of the green a little bit in a couple of situations. But that didn't stop us slipping binds at scrums. That didn't stop us making some errors at line-out time. So those things were real, and they're the things we have to deal with if we want to come here and win.
Given the conditions, it was an absolute crack.
Well, I think it was edge of the seat stuff for everybody. Hence why I was so animated on the side, because you could kind of feel that every decision was swinging the momentum of the game one way and the other. And I think that's just the reality of Premiership rugby. It's tough. We keep saying, don't we, that it's the most competitive league in the world. And you watch a game like that and you go, geez, anybody could have pretty much won that at any time. And probably that sums a Premiership at best.
Rob, you mentioned sort of slipping binds at the scrum. Obviously, you guys turned it around quite well at half time. How happy are you with the way your front row stepped?
Yeah, it's like anything, isn't it? Scrums tend to be a battle, and you've got to really much look at them over the course of a game. Yeah. And I think if you look at them over the course of the game, most battles tend to end up pretty even. I think what disappointed me a little bit was that obviously we couldn't see the far side of the scrum, so if our loose head has dropped his bind twice, it's a relatively soft decision, and it's an easy decision for an official to make, and that's slightly disappointing because it's a non-competitive penalty. And I think what you've got to make sure you do is that all your penalties that you do concede are competitive penalties, or they're 50-50 calls, and you can kind of live with those. And we didn't always do that today.
Would it be fair to say that sort of killed your momentum first off? You had a lot of
maybe a little bit, yeah. I mean, it certainly gave Gloucester territory that they exploited. But as I say, you've got to not run away from it. I'm talking here all about Exeter, and the reality is Gloucester are an on-form side playing well, and you'll be under pressure for periods of the game, and we were today. All right.
I was going to say Tui and Sturgis. They were battering rams in the middle of the field as well with breakdowns, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we put a lot of endeavour in today, and if we hadn't put endeavour in here today, we would have got well beaten. So, and I always knew we'd turn up here and we would physically be able to be in the game. There was never any issues that we wouldn't stand up. In the toughness and the condition issues and the fitness issues, that's a given for us. As I say, what we needed to do was be able to roll with a few punches and find the sucker one that wins you the game. And I kind of thought we'd done that. I thought we'd ridden the tough times, come back with a very good try, which was very hard to score. A lot of phases in these conditions, and really, like I say, we should have made that the defining moment of the game. And the next few things we didn't really ram that home. We didn't really ram home good pressure rugby. If we had, we'd probably have come away from it with a win today.
Rob, just quickly on that try. I mean, you guys, I reckon it must have been close to 20 phases.
Yeah,
you must be really happy with
it. massively. We did some really good things out there. At times we kept the ball very well. And as I say, I'm disappointed we've come up short, but you've got to take it on the chin. We talk every week, and I've talked for 3 years, that what I want from this team is that we're competitive every week. If you're competitive every week, you'll win games. Sometimes you'll draw, and sometimes you lose by 2 points, or 7 points, or 6 points. But being competitive every week is kind of what building a good season is all about. I think Gloucester have done that this year. You know, if you look at if they don't win, they don't lose by very much, and that's one of your best qualities to have. You know, Gloucester came through a tough game today with 2 points. You know, and at the end of the day, it could have gone either way, but they've come through, and you know, I'm not going to begrudge them that.